Welcome everyone. In this video I will show you what the Open Mod Manager is and how you can set it up and configure it for your first game, and show you how you enable mods, download it, and basically show you the inner workings of the Open Mod Manager. And there are a few extra chapters in the end, how mod creators and communities can effectively use that tool. Let's get started. So a brief overview, what the Mod Manager is simply a tool that helps you to manage your modifications of your games. It offers an easy way to install and uninstall the mods, to quickly download them and use it on multiple games. It's basically a successor of OVGME. That's a mod manager as well, but it's not in development anymore. But this Open Mod Manager is basically still in development from the same developer that created OVGME. So that's actually the new mod manager you should use in the future. And it's also an open source at GitHub, so you can contribute to it. And let's get to the features. Let's go quickly through the list. What it offers. The Open Mod Manager has the ability to support zip mods and folder mods. Folder mods you know it from OVGME or JSGME. That's also an even older mod manager that is also supported to use it. It is a non-destructive mod management. It means that it automatically backups of files that are replaced by the mod and restores them automatically if you disable the mod. Then it offers a remote mod storage, so you have the ability to add a URL to your community and directly get a list of mods that are available there, download them through it, and see if there is an update for the mod and update it. So very easy to use. And yeah, it offers also versioning and the dependencies to other mods. That's important for the mod developer themselves, but also for you if you see that your version is not up to date anymore. Then the presentation is nice. You see an icon of the mod, a description that can use markdown language, so it can be formatted quite nicely. Then it has the ability to have mod groups or sets to easily install multiple mods at the same time, and offers several mod creation tools to release a package, a new mod to the community, and a remote repository creation. This is also an additional tool I prepared in PHP, a PHP library for Open Mod Manager that automatically creates mod repositories out of a folder structure of the web server. So it's even easier for communities to just drop in Open Mod Manager compatible mods in a folder and directly offer it to their community. And that is basically it. Let's get started and get ready to set it up. Okay, here we use a virtual machine of Windows 11 just to have a clean system to show you how to set it up. So every link and additional stuff you need is in the description of the video. So right now I'm ready on the right parts of it. So here we are on the GitHub page from the Open Mod Manager. And you can effectively download the new version here at releases. Just press here. Usually the latest version is on top. And download the 64-bit version. Yeah, that's keep it because it's not signed, but that's okay because signing process is quite expensive for an open developer, and therefore many tools like that are not signed. There's no danger at all to use them if you trust the developer. So let's install it directly. You can use the same or the default folder it puts in here for you. I just will do that, and then you can directly start Open Mod Manager. So that's how it will look like. if you start it up, the first thing we want to do is prepare the first game we want to mod. So that's something we will do. I just go to full screen here, and then we go on File, New Software Context. That's actually like new game, you can call it, like it's a game context. So you go on Next, then you type in what the game name is. It's this time I will use Automobilista. It's a racing game. Automobilista, yep. And the path where your mods are located or should be located. So if you don't have a new folder yet, I recommend to prepare a new folder where you all want to store your mods. And it's actually a mod folder where you have enough space to it. So we have an folder prepared. It's just OMM tutorial. You can call it whatever you want. And then we make a new folder and call it mods. And then press OK. Just go into that folder. And then you see here the resulting folder for the game mod. So you have that mods folder, and then it's for the game Automobilista. It's not the folder where the game is installed. It's a separate one. That's important to know. And then go Next. And now we come to the game folder itself, where it should be installed, the target of the game. So I just call it main game, and then we select the destination folder where the game is installed. Usually on Automobilista you will have a Steam game, for example, and then you need to point it to the install location where the Steam game is located. I have just here some dummies prepared. It's not a complete game into it, but it's just for a tutorial to show you better how it works. So actually my game would be installed in Games, Automobilista. So here the mods should be installed into. Let's select, press OK. Then we can keep that default. We don't need to change the mod and backup location. Just keep the default folder structure, and I will show you how it will look like. So okay, finish, and then we are done. First context is created. It looks odd because you don't see that where it is actually now, but here on this combo box you can click on it, and then you can select the game that you just set up for Open Mod Manager. I recommend that you select here, if you just use one game, for example, go or Edit and then Manager Options, and then add that's old. Yeah, the settings are stored in Windows in the registry, I think. And then you select, basically it's in the file system, OMM tutorial, then the mods folder, Automobilista, and then it's this OMC file. You can also double click these files, and then it opens Open Mod Manager with the correct context here on top. So let's select this, and then it will automatically open up this context when you start Open Mod Manager. And then we apply, and then it will start it up correctly. What you else can do is to customize your game settings a bit better, is to go here, edit software context properties, and then you can choose an icon for your game. Usually that's the file of your executable. The only thing I did here is just copy the executable over just to show you this in this tutorial. So just select the IMS executable and then press OK, and then you see it took out the icon, and then press OK, and then it's ready, and you can see it here. So that's the first step. Your game is actually now prepared to get mods into it. Okay, let's do just one quick one as well, just to show you that you can use multiple games. Just enable or file in the new software context and make the same thing for another racing game. It's a GTR2, and we select the folder that we just have created, the mods folder, and this is here. Windows 11 is a little bit bloated, and then it's here mods. Let's click OK, and then you see it will automatically create the GTR2 folder inside of the mods, and we call that as well main game. Sometimes you can use different target locations if you have multiple installs of the same game, but you want to share the mods between the both of the games. So that's also possible, but usually you have just one target location, that's it. No need to have multiple ones. I just prepared it here for an example how you can use it. So let's see where it is. It's OMM tutorial, and then games, and then we have GTR. That's a base game. Then press finish, and then it's also ready. What we also then can again customize is here. We first need to select it here, GTR2, then make software context properties, icon, and then we go one step above, GTR2, the X file, press apply, and then we have the icon here as well. So we can switch between the both, and you see the icon is also changing. Okay, I think we are done for this chapter, and now we will go over to show you how you can add new mods. So the best and easiest way is if you have an URL to your community that offers download for Open Mod Manager compatible mods. So the first thing we do is you select your game, then you go to Network Repositories, click on a plus sign, and add the URL here that is supplied from your community. Press on test, and you see that it was successful. 31 packages was detected. Press OK. And then can you click here, and you can just double click it. I think then it refreshes automatically here as well, or this button. And then you see all the mods that are available here that you can download from your community. You can sort them by the category. So you have the cars now on top here, Corvette, the Formula 1 1958 mod, the Formula Ford vs Ferrari mod, and all the others you can go through here. And yeah, you can actually directly download it from here. I can show you how that will look like. So just pick one that is not so big. So basically we just use this, let's pick that one here, Reims Historic, or just a mod I created, a reshape preset. Let's quickly use that one. It's just 10 megabytes big. Then you see you have a sign, okay, it's ready. Then we also install the Napoli patch, the clipping fix, all small mods you can use for VR and stuff like that. And then when we go back to package libraries here on top, you will see that all the mods that are installed or downloaded are present here as well. So that's our local mods. So you can see the folder here on top. That's in this folder location you will have that mods placed. Let's just show you how that will look like. Go to the folder, it's here, mods, Automobilista, main game, and then we have library folder. And that's basically the zip files that were directly downloaded to your computer. That's how easy it is to add mods to it. But when you have already a few mods that are Open Mod Manager ready, you can also download them and manually place them into that folder. That's something we will do. Just remember we have these 3 mods here, and we have some mods prepared in a shared folder just for the tutorial here that I already have downloaded. So let's just pick one. Let's, for example, pick just a few ones, just these, or just 3 tracks here. You want to have them. Go back to the folder you just were here, the library folder, and just copy it in. And you can see as I copy them in, they're automatically refreshed here in OMM as well. You don't even need to restart it. So they're directly here, and you can use them. So you can also click here and see the description, the little image of it, and it helps you to come to know what mod it is. And if you want to install it, it's just simple as that. You can double click it to install it, like double click, bam, it's ready in the game. Or you can right click and select the context menu, install, uninstall, or open it in Explorer to see where it is actually. Then it opens it up. It's the contents of the zip file. That's in this time because Windows supports opening the zip file, and you can directly see into that file. And you can now go, I can now show you how it will look like when it have installed it. It's basically copying the contents over from the file. So here in Automobilista, you see this is the contents of the mod that is just have installed. So just AMS exe is the one that's from the game, and that is already there. So if I disable it, you can directly see how that will be removed when I disable this again. And you see that this is going over. If I install a track, let's install Albi historic track, double click, and Bremsgarten as well. Here's an extra, you can see it detects an overlap. So actually this mod contains a file that is also used by Albi historic. You can continue, that's usually no problem when the files are the same, exactly the same contents, but sometimes you have overlaps, or rarely you have overlaps, that has different version. But you can say, okay, continue. Then it also shows you here that this is actually has overwritten a file from this one, just a file that has been shared. So here you just see, it's added here, game data, locations, and these are the both tracks that are installed here. This is actually the file, the common maps file that is shared between both mods. And yeah, you have just the last file from the last installed mod here placed. If you want to just deinstall this one, remove this one, it tells you you need to remove also the overlapping packages. So it reverses the process of all the mods that I have installed at the same way to not keep some files over in the end. So it can continue, and then it has removed both of them. Yeah, that's how easy it is to use mods that are ready for Open Mod Manager. That's basically it. Let's show you a little more complex stuff that is, or not complex, but is also a nice feature you can use, or it is used when effectively by the modders. You have some packages that are grouping a few things together. So let's copy this thing. Let's no, just this one. We also need the Formula 1 one here, just example, and just copy it over to the right folder. It's a library folder here. Some bigger mods, takes a while, and then it's added here. And then you have a special icon here. You see a little black printing on the side of the box. That means it's a package that has dependencies, so it needs other mods to be installed. If you double click such a file, it says this has some missing dependencies because I don't have copied everything over. So you see that a few tracks I don't have yet in the library folder, but you can still say, oh well, continue, install all the rest I have already and go for it, or you can abort. If you say okay, continue, then it will install all the required mods that you need for this mod package. I do it, and then it should say which mod it will be installing. So we'll install the Formula 1 1950s mod and the Dunrut historic track. So continue, and then it automatically does everything for us. It installs the cars, and then it follows to install the tracks. And then you see everything is enabled already and on the folder, and you can just start up the game and can play this. If you don't want them, you can also say here uninstall tree, and then it removes all the tree that was previously installed. Continue, and dependencies as well, removes them, and bam, everything is gone. So very easy to do, and nothing is deleted. So everything it makes automatic backups of all the files that are overwritten. So if everything is disabled here, your game installation is like, yeah, it's unmodified and the stock content. Yeah, that's basically the two ways you can install new mods. Download, copy it over when they are Open Mod Manager ready, or use a network repository. If you see now here a network repository, just to press on refresh, you can see the following here. it automatically detects all the mods you have already in your library that are identical to the ones of the network repository. So you can see the tracks I just have copied over by hand are the same version that that are on the web server as well. Here's an icon that says, okay, here's something not right. And it's because some packages are missing. I have this mod, but the dependencies are not there yet. So if I click here, double click here, or I say fix dependencies, that's it, then it will download all the dependencies that are missing automatically. I will not do that now because they're pretty big, and it will take some time to download them all in one go. But the same, you will have a different icon, think a yellow star if there is an update of the plugin, or if you have a newer version, then that is available on the server, then it's a gray icon. So you have everything at your hands here directly. I can easily mod your game or your games. Okay, I think I have covered most important stuff, and yeah, I think we can go over to the extra chapters if you're more interested to get a little bit more deep into it, how you can work with Open Mod Manager, and especially for mod creators, how you prepare your mods to be easy used on the Open Mod Manager. The community will really thank you for that, because they don't have the complexity to check how to install it, where to put the files, because there is no real standard to it, and this somehow puts in a standard how to prepare your mods. If you have a mod that is not Open Mod Manager compatible, you can easily do that yourself, and I will just show you how to do it. I downloaded a mod from Race Department from Richard Wilkes. It's the Procar M1 mod. And let's see what happens when I copy it over to our library folder. And we can see, okay, the Open Mod Manager has not picked it up. That's why the mod is not compatible. You can easily see that a compatible mod, if you go into it, you see that it has always this package OMP. It's a package descriptor file that says what the details about the mod is, and this icon and the mod contents actually are in the subfolder. And this file does not have that, but it already has a good structure, so that's already very easy to do when the structure is like that, because that's the root folder of the game. So let's right click on it and extract all, keep the default folder and extract it. And then when it's done, you can already saw that here, that the folder is added. So you can see, okay, it's now here, added as a mod, because that's a legacy mode or developer mode that can also use folder mods. If you click on details, you can see the files here, and or I think it's better to just directly load it up in the package manager here, and right click, load in package editor, and then directly see how the folder structure is. So game data is actually correct, and all the contents in it. So we are already at the right spot to do a package. The only thing that did not pick up correctly is the versioning, because there was not a V in front of it. So what we do is remove that completely out of the name, put in 2.0, and then it automatically, the zip will get that file. Set the compression to best, and you can include a snapshot, an icon for it. So let's go into the folder and search if you find something we can use. Usually there's a icon for the vehicles. I think it's located somewhere here. No. Oh, somehow missing. I think it's a PNG file. All image files. Not sure why it's not here, but usually you can select one. Let's go for this here. That's a TGA. Okay, I think that it's not supported, but you can go in the image file editor and adjust one and just put the icon here. But it's not needed. It's just if you want to do it. You can also include a description, just load up, go into the folder and see if there's a README file and can directly put it in. But you don't need to do that. So that's it basically. You can also just use the folder, double click it and it will install it. But I recommend to zip it up because then it's smaller on your hard drive. And then you can click save. Let's remove the description, click save, and then it makes a package for you that is Open Mod Manager compatible. It's actually the same way modders will use to, oh wait, I just aborted it. Let's also put in the correct category. It's a car, or cars, I think we called it cars, track cars, yeah. And then just save again. Let it make the zip again. And when it's done, you will just see it pop up here a package of the Procar M1 version 2.0. Then the version will be removed and put into the right spot. So file was successfully saved. And you can see the Procar M1 is here, the overview, and here is the version 2.0. So that's basically it. Double click, it's ready to go to do some laps with this car on Automobilista. You can then just say here, okay, I don't need the folder anymore, just, it's not in the right click, but you can just press delete, and then it will drop that to the recycling bin. I cannot, because I'm still on the folder, I think. It does not like that. There's some file exit to it. Let's remove it again. Now it's gone. Yeah, that's it. And then if you just double click here, it will install it. And if you check the folder structure of the game itself, here games, Automobilista, you will see that the series and a game data folder is added with all the vehicles for the BMW M1. Yeah, that's it basically. This is how you convert mods to be Open Mod Manager compatible. If you're a mod creator yourself, I will just show you how you can set up your workspace to easily test your mods and prepare release packages for it. So let's go for it. Just remove that Procar again. Don't need that right now. And just show you how my workspace from the Retrologs Reshape preset looks like. So I just delete this, or I can keep that as version 1.60 as a zip. It's totally fine there. Then we go here, and I think I've prepared the folder somewhere. Let's see, I've done our workspace. There is it. So that's actually my workspace folder where I have the mod. What I do is I have the folder named Retrologs AMS Reshade. In the same folder name is a JPEG named like that. That's actually the icon you will see, and the text file named exactly how the folder is named. So the contents here is the one that is copied over to the game itself. So that's my base outline structure. What you can do is you just go here on Tools and Package Editor, and then you can select Create from Folder Content, go Select, and then you go to the location to your workspace and just select the mod you can use, press OK. And it automatically picks up the icon because it was named exactly like the folder, and the README file. And it's already filled in, pre-filled in here. And if you know you have tested everything and it's ready to go, you just need to select the category. Right now it's not automatically pick up. Probably this will change in the future to be easier to deploy. And this will be MISC, miscellaneous, and set the compression to best. It's also not stored, so remember to put it on best to reduce the file size, and then you put in the version you want to release. So 1.6 was the newest, 1.7 or something, 1.70, 1.70, and you press save, and then it will automatically place a zip file to your workspace that you can deploy. Yeah, that's basically it. But I found one thing a little bit easier. It depends on usage or how you want to use it. So let's close that down and don't change any saves. And what we'll do, we also add our workspace folder, but that's really a preference. How do you want to use it? especially when you're still in testing phase, I recommend using that method I'm now showing you. So these files I will copy over to my library folder, or I just move it over, it doesn't matter. So I've moved them over, and you can see automatically Open Mod Manager picks it up as a folder mod, this gray icon. And you can also directly see it picks up the icon and the README file and everything. What you can do now is actually go into the README file and edit the README file. Let's see if Windows 10 actually has an editor you can use effectively. Let's double click it. Yep, it's the same old README file editor. And you can see it's a nice clean file README structure. You don't need a special editor to read it. It's a traditional text file, but it uses Markdown language. So if you're not familiar with it, I suggest to search for it. It's basically an syntax that is used to make this nice README files and convert it into proper formatting. So this, for example, is a headline, a third level headline. If you just have one of it, it's a first level headline, and so on. And you can see this is a link and stuff like that. Just see the README description, and it helps how you can set up easily. So you have both at the same time this readable and readable format without a special text editor, and you can have it a bit more nicely in your web presentation, or here in Automobilista or in Open Mod Manager. You can see here it's a proper list, a big headline feature. Here's a link in it. Everything can be formatted quite nicely. Or even this line here is also basically this dash line you can see here. This one is basically a line separator. Yeah, that's something that you can do as a modder. You can edit these files directly in the editor, and then it will also reflect here. So I can just do that, like read logs 1, 2, 3, and save that file, and you see that it is removed here, and just click it on again, and then you see it automatically adds that up here. I just recommend working like that. You can then say if you are ready to release it, or you can just, when you want to test it, double click it, then it copies over to the game. I don't know why it is now so slow. Okay, it's a virtual machine, I don't know what it does. Then it is ready to, you can test it, play around with it and see if it's correct. Then you certainly should, if you want to modify again, you should first disable it, modify the files, and double click again to test it in the game. But if you are ready to make a release, you can just right click on it and say load in package editor. Okay, that message was because I had it open. Yeah, let's close it again. Again, load in package editor. Oh, that's actually a bug. I just see. I think that's usually it should pre-fill the image in the description. I think let's just test restarting Open Mod Manager. There we go, and see if that is really a bug here. Then we can report that to the developer because it's very active to that. Now it works now. I don't know what exactly caused it, but then it pre-fills it automatically for you. And what you just need to do is type in the version you want to have, compression again, the custom group where it fits. But you sometimes even here something you can use directly if it fits some, but it's miscellaneous. And just make a release 1.7.0 or 6.1, just there's no change at all, and save. And then this package was successfully created. And then you see here there is the original one I had copied over. This is the release 6.1, and it's still the folder is here. So you can then deploy that mod that is located here. This new file, a zip file, it contains every information here that you need. What it also does, it's also good info for modders. If the gamer don't use Open Mod Manager or don't want to use it, this package still works for regular install or the traditional install method. So you have a README file that's automatically generated here based on your own README file or your description file, and in the end there is a prefix added by here by the Open Mod Manager package itself. It says basically what files you need to manually place into your game folder. Everything is listed. So that's even really nice because it also automatically creates an install instruction. How cool is that? Yeah, that's it. That's how easy you can make mod packages. And some extra. I have some extra. I just forgot to put that in. What you can do is also not automatically pick up, is you can say, okay, for example, this mod I just created, it needs the VR cockpit modification. Just an example. Then you go over here, if you have the dependent mod, click the identity, mark it, it's version 1.0. Then we load it in the package editor again. And then you click on has dependencies, and then you add that identity in. This is, I think, the identity. And then it's added, and you just make a package 1.7.3, whatever, and save it. It does not have an icon, everything, it doesn't matter now because of the bug. But then you see this special symbol on the side of the box, and it has a dependency now. If I double click that now, you will see it will automatically install this as well. It says, okay, it needs that, continue, bam, it installs it. Otherwise you get a warning if you don't have that mod, but you can still install it. So that's also great to do collaborative work between modders. So they can work together and or release patches that are based on you need the main package. It's a pretty big package, but you just need to patch a few small things. You can just do a patch and with the dependency on the main package. A little extra topic how you can practically set up your network repository here, like you see here on Automobilist Unofficial. There is an option here you can use. It's inside of the Open Mod Manager already itself. It's a repository editor. And what you can do is here, you can prepare your repository, like my community type arrow is no issue. This is the folder one. Yeah, just select the library folder and then OK, and then it puts all the mods you have locally installed on your library into this repository file. You can remove a few if you don't want this one. I'll just keep just create a trash version here, and that's it. Okay, and then save the file and we call it repo XML, save it. And then you basically upload it to your web server together with the mods, and with the URL you can fetch that files. But there is an easier way to do it. If you are familiar with PHP and have a web server that can use it, I've created a library for that. And also GitHub is also open source. Let's see if I can find that quickly. I'm not registered here. Open Mod Manager might show up. It's not here. OMM PHP, I think should find it. Yeah, it's here in Open Mod Manager PHP library, and what it does, you can download it here, and I have instructions how to set it up. It automatically detects files in a folder that you have uploaded and creates this repository file for you. So you don't need to do anything with this Mod Manager tool here, because it's not very practical if you just quickly need to upload a mod, and then you need to have everything locally and recreate this repository file. And yeah, that can be quite time consuming. And yeah, this actually takes it away from you. Just a folder you set up, put the mods in and it crawls automatically. You need to make a cron for it to fetch it. You can say like every 5-minute checks if there's a new file in it, and it creates your repository file. Yeah, the instruction is here. I put it on the link on the video description as well. So yeah, that's something, a good tool for the community, and we here at Automobilist Unofficial are using that as well for our download servers. Okay, I think that's it, and hopefully that should wrap it up. If you have a few questions regarding to it, just write it down here in the comments, and I see if I can help you and point you to the right direction.